as of August 2025. Since that fateful day, during an interview with French-Canadian outlet La Presse, Chris Roberts expressed the hope that Star Citizen's epic single-player game, Squadron 42, would be almost as big an event as GTA 6. The running joke in the Star Citizen and wider gaming community was that the games Squadron 42 and Star Citizen had a GTA problem. Concerningly, for many, the thought of GTA and Squadron 42 dropping in the same year, if done poorly, could see the latter experience a downward drive in sales, as the behemoth that is the Rockstar flagship title would simply overshadow anything CIG could put together. Additionally, if GTA was to drop first and was a total or extremely fresh take on the open world genre, it could completely eclipse Squadron both in sheer weight of scale and visual and playable technology. But it's now March 2026, with GTA having now been pushed for a second time to a later release this year, expected in November, Sony struggling to justify the $829 price tag of the PS5, and the Pro sitting at $1,199, nearly the price of a cheap PC, followed by their recent announcement where the plan is to no longer support PC launches for Sony first titles, in what is an obvious attempt to keep Sony games off Xbox Project Helix and the Steam machine in 2027 and 2028, coupled with poor sales performances, player numbers, and the flat-out failure of many Sony first-party titles, alongside of the expected flops for some recently announced games. Things in the blue corner are standing on fragile ground. Oh wait, this just in. Sony are raising the price on the PS5 and Pro starting in April. So in a few days' time, here in Australia, the cost of the Pro console will be equal to that of an entry-level PC or a reasonable second-hand gaming PC, just shy of $1,400. Meanwhile, the Italian plumber console has cut its production at manufacturer levels by 30% in response to a drop in sales of over 2 million units. Meanwhile, Squadron 42 is on track for its release later this year. Then of course there's Star Citizen, showing up at major expos like Level Up, with fully playable Squadron 42 in tow, and continued growth shown in the publicly available financials, 4.7 dropping much sought after features and updates as the game edges closer to its 1.0 release. We have to ask, did we get it wrong? Did we get it backwards? Is it actually GTA that might have a Star Citizen problem? Let's look at this from a hardware sales point of view. Historically, Rockstar games are console movers. You buy the new PlayStation so you can play the new GTA. But there's been no new GTA for the current generation. And this generation of consoles are in the sunsetting period, not the peak. Markets are squeezed of every drop, and most homes are suffering from financial strain. The purchase of a single-use device has become a dream in an era of paycheck-to-paycheck spending. And this is not just me flapping my gums. This is all based on current sales information provided by Sony and its partners. As of early 2026, PS5 sales are officially trailing behind the PS4's lifetime pace. The PS5 Pro, while technically impressive, only accounts for 13% of the actual sales data, and even then it's an estimate. Why is that? It's simple, it's because it's expensive. On top of that, we've got the generational leap in the technology between the PS5 and the Pro, which feels a bit more like a small hop. And then on top of that, when families are looking at value for every dollar, spending upwards of $1,100 on a console, when that money could go towards a more stable, multifunctional, repairable, and in most cases, more powerful home computer, the consoles are just not winning. Then at the crux of everything, GTA 6 is not launching on PC in 2026. It's predicted to drop 12 to 18 months after, and this is purely based on past actions by the company, previous releases, and the pattern we've gotten used to. Of course, this is all action taken during stronger times. GTA is a cash cow for Sony, and it's yet to be seen how far they'll go to keep it. Based on Sony's recent announcements, mentioned earlier, there is a non-zero chance it may never see a PC release. Of course, would be devastating, and in my opinion, could irrevocably harm Rockstar. The PC market at an all-time high, and console enthusiasm at a record low. Skipping PC, even with a delay, creates a massive opportunity for competition. And it's in that delay I can see an opening for Squadron 42 and Star Citizen, as they are uniquely positioned to take advantage of this gap. Enter Cloud Imperium Games. While Rockstar is being secretive, CIG is going on a marketing blitz, or at the very least what appears to be the start of one. They've moved past the infinite alpha phase and are hitting the expo floors. The year of playability in 2025 actually worked. Server meshing has moved from future space magic technology to become the backbone of a universe. UI, inventory, crafting, new planet tech, persistent missions and locations, 2 new star systems, with more on the way, and of course, Squadron 42. Chris Roberts has confirmed it's over 40 hours long and fully playable internally, and well and truly on track for its 2026 release. So while millions of players are being told they can't play GTA 6 for another year or 2 or maybe ever, without first handing out hundreds in buying a console they don't want, Squadron 42 is standing there saying, we have $1 billion, massive, open world, star-studded, cinematic epic adventure right here on your gaming PC. And with Star Citizen, the MMO, you can get in on the ground floor with it right now. PC gamers, especially Star Citizen backers, will remember the darker days when PC games were sloppy ports of console exclusives, often broken and barely working. 103 keys on your keyboard? Never mind, you can use 5 of them, so it matches a controller scheme. Squadron 42 and Star Citizen, born from the idea of a PC-first title, it's poised to use that power and flexibility as leverage in the coming months. While many games companies and developers are tiptoeing around GTA launch dates, in fear of impacted sales as well as overshadowed marketing. Now don't get me wrong, I think on console it will do really big numbers. It's not coming to PC gamers, not in the slightest, not anytime soon. To put all my thoughts into perspective, the PS5 has roughly 102 million units sold as of the start of 2026 and has an estimated active user base of 49 million. Holy shit, great numbers, right? Well, maybe. As of January 2026, PC gaming has reached a whopping 936 million active players, and it's expecting by 2028 to shatter the 1 billion mark. The gap in the market share is not even close. Oh, and I've checked the numbers. They're not inclusive of mobile or some other weird bumped up metric. It's PC gaming only. This is what Sony in all of its wisdom is walking away from. This is what Cloud Imperium Games, with a myriad of indie developers and smaller titles, are actively targeting. Let's take a quick comparison of the titles. Rockstar is the king of detail. No one does a living city like it, especially if the game trailers are to be believed, but Cloud Imperium Games are masters of scale and fidelity. In 2026, the gap between the titles is closing. GTA is expected to have loading screens. It will have out-of-bounds areas. It will be restricted by the hardware of the base level PS5 and potentially a Switch port. Star Citizen says yeah nah. It has no loading screens, no out-of-bounds or invisible areas or forested fake outwalls. You can walk from your bed to your ship, fly through the atmosphere, land on a different planet. You can bring friends along, bring many ships, mine, salvage, hunt, do bounties, fleet combat, fighter combat, on-foot FPS, explore wrecks and ruins, enjoy the fauna, enjoy the flora, accidentally leave your ship while travelling near light speed across space, send out a distress beacon, have a friend or a stranger accept that mission, collect your dumb ass, fly somewhere safe, become your best friend along the way, dance party and so much more, without a single please wait, loading or splash screen. And of course there's Squadron, which is more of the above, but wrapped in a monstrous visual dream of a first-person shooter cinematic adventure. saving the universe alongside some of your favourite thespians, the likes of Mark Hamill, Henry Cavill, Gillian Anderson, Mark Strong, Gary Oldman, Liam Cunningham, Ben Mendelsohn, Rhonda Mitra, Andy Serkis, and so many more. When you compare a standard AAA game to an everything sim and its single player bestie, the standard game starts to feel small. If Squadron 42 and Star Citizen can deliver even a fraction of its promised potential, it becomes the GTA of space for the platform Rockstar and Sony ignored and abandoned. What I'm saying is Star Citizen probably won't outsell GTA. I'm not an idiot. It's a giant of a game. Launching to a captive console market, it's a perfect storm. Nothing will probably outsell it. What I am trying to say is for the first time it looks like Rockstar isn't the only giant in the room. By skipping PC and relying on a console generation that's losing steam, Rockstar has accidentally given Chris Roberts and Cloud Imperium Games the perfect window to prove that Star Citizen and Squadron 42 are truly generational games. In the end, I think it's less about GTA versus Star Citizen and more about PC gamers realizing that they don't need an overly expensive console to have a once-in-a-generation experience. What did you guys think? Is the move to skip PC at launch Rockstar and Sony's next major mistake? Or will Star Citizen's marketing fall flat? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.